Good morning on the YouTube. This is Jacqueline Striblin, and I'm so overjoyed today because God has revealed all of the hidden gems and the liars that are sitting on my identity. With all of these old raggedy ass, old dried up, decrepit ass women that want to do dirt on another woman's identity because she's a jealous, insecure, inferior ass woman who's intimidated by another woman who keep talking about a man, a man, a man. I don't even want those men. I haven't talked to those men. And I need Judge John Fitzgerald like to know. You and Ruthie, whoever Ruthie is, Ruth. Because I remember when Ruth interjected herself into my Facebook page and took it over so that John like could get on the back end of my phone and watch me, lurk me, and stalk me. However, he does not want her, but he wants me, but I don't want him. Because I didn't like Mr. John like when I dated him. That's why I cut the relationship off because he was very obsessive and possessive and very demanding in those times. And I was a young lady then, very young. I wasn't an old lady like I am now. I wasn't a grandmother like I am now. And I want Shaquilla Quinn to know, Shaquilla Quinn, I want to see my grandchildren. I don't give a damn about DCFS and Mrs. Holmes and her lies that you have perpetrated in court to tell lies on Jacqueline Stribling. Because I haven't did a damn thing to anyone, and you have perpetrated and frauded and perjured yourself in a court of law, Shaquilla Quinn. Because if you told any lies about Jacqueline Stribling, that's just what they were, lies. Because I never got any court date to come to court to even offend or defend myself for any false accusations that were put on my identification and on my representation. See, you young people come into somebody's life and try to destroy them with your lies and scandal and plots and schemes. I worked too goddamn hard in my life to let a little 27, 28-year old bitch come along with some children with her bust down buzzard ass and think her and her mama gonna do some dirt on my life. You and Victoria Quinn are going to the penitentiary for hacking up Jacqueline Stribling's identity. Shaquilla Quinn, because I have you on the locations and the maps on the back end screen of my telephone, on my email address, on my YouTube channels. I know who's doing what. You plugged up your children's tablets so you can get free access for the data on the Queen Royal and True. That Asia Wheeler hacked in and took over my identity because Asia Wheeler was tracking and tracing and hoeing around with Steve and Charles McGee Jr. and JoJo Capone and any old other bust down hoe ass nigga. Pooh Bear, and Barbara on the west side with Hot Topics. Because Asia Wheeler and Barbara think they real slick, doing they little raggedy bullshit on the tarot card world. And Jacqueline Stribling's identity that Asia Wheeler and Barbara took over. Barbara Thomas on the west side on West Lake Street with Stephen Charles and Stephen Charles band of stripping bitches that he got sitting on the back end of my telephone telling lies, making excuses and alibis because he's married to a raggedy yellow faced bitch to do bullshit with his lying, conniving, scheming, plotting ass. And think don't nobody know. All you men can go to West Hell. Because Jacqueline Stribling don't want you, don't care about you. And I want you to know Rhonda Bush, Leora Scott, Latanya Jordan, Latoya Smith, and the Smith family, the Walker family, the Scott family, the Barnes family, the Burns family, the Brooks family. Harold Antonio Foster, Lee Polk, all of you different individuals doing dirt, hurt, and smut in someone else's identity. You all need to get a life because you're going to bust hell wide open for being a counterfeit and a liar. And you a slanderer. You like to slander someone else's name and someone else's life. You're going to bust hell wide open, Andre Lanier. You and Mr. Joe Crawford Sr. and little Joe Crawford Jr., Kiera and Sierra Crawford, Kiki Crawford, all these different people from the University of Illinois at Chicago Hospital with Katrina Matthews and Tina Lofton Mosley, along with James Robert McCullen and his family and band, a group of bullshitters doing lies and conniving and scheming on my life. Him and Michelle McHaney had hacked into everything that I own. Since the first day I known that man, he hacked into everything I own. And him and his wife was buying shit on Amazon in my name and an Amazon account that they created as a phony and a fraud in my identity. Cause they hacked into my Fire Stick and my Direct TV and my Xfinity box to open up a subsystem over top of my identity so that they could log in on the subsystem or through the Chrome extensions on the web view so they could watch me through the cameras. Unbeknownst to me, every time I pick up my phone and pick it up, the camera turns on so they can record me and listen through the Bluetooth snoop on my telephone. And the FBI can know about it and the CIA too, because the person that has done it is from China, from Shanghai, China. Yu Long Wu from the China University in Shanghai. He's a damn hacker that was working as a stockbroker from New York City with Ralph Smart. And he came to Chicago evidently and gave the phone to someone else because he was going to get caught up in his band of corruption through the Securities and Exchange